Hey art friends, and welcome back to the Mandakyns Channel. If you're also making things, please check out Making Me. Today's episode, we'll be making miniature test tubes. So to start, you'll need pipettes, the plastic kind, and all I'm doing is snipping off a tip for the length of my test tube. And I do this for all the test tubes that I plan to make. So here I'll be making 4. And I turn on my hot glue gun. Then I cut a piece of cork with my utility blade, and I only need a small piece. So what I do is I take and I cut the chunk into smaller bits that will fit into the top of the test tubes. Once I'm happy with the size, I go ahead and move on, and next I use my hot glue gun to squeeze out some hot glue onto a surface that is non-stick. I'm using a tile here, but you can also use a silicone mat or perhaps even a piece of baking paper or wax paper. And what I'm doing is I'm adhering the piece of pipette all the way to the surface of the hot glue. And here I'm just showing you the little Alchemist set that I've been working on in miniature that's made of leather. And so I'm waiting on these to cool, and then I use a small tool that's kind of shaped like a spatula to pull these off. And then what you want to do is push the hot glue down away from the end and pull it off. It usually comes off pretty easy, but you can always cut it with your utility blade. And here are the finished test tubes, and they're ready to be filled. If you're not comfortable filling them by hand and in the air, you can always leave them stuck to the surface and go ahead and fill them. Here I'm testing one of the corks for size and fit, so you can try different pieces and see what works. Now, if you just wanted empty test tubes, this is what it would look like. However, we'll be filling ours with different alchemical elements. So here I have some sugar that's been dusted with mica, and it kind of looks like some sort of flux or gold. So I am filling one of the containers with this, and if nothing else, it looks interesting, and it could definitely be a reagent for some sort of experiment or the like. So once I've got that filled up, I set it to the side, and next I'll be using foil confetti in black, and this produces an interesting effect, I feel like. So I cut that open and dump a little bit out, and then I use a pair of tweezers to stuff the tiny tube full of the confetti foils, and then I'll cap it. Next, I take artificial snow and I fill another container. It looks kind of wispy, or it can be kind of chunky, so it just depends on which bits that you pick. And I was inspired by some of the YouTubers that are creating miniatures. I thought that this was helpful for the particular piece that I was creating. And here's the finished product in the tiny miniature that I made. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you found this content helpful, please give us a like. Let us know what you'd like to be able to see in the comments below. Thanks so much. Happy arting!